Hey everyone, it's Blue Blade Studios and welcome to episode 20 of Blue Blade's Christmas Cinema. For today's episode, we're going to talk about Krampus. Toys in every store. Now before I talk about the movie Krampus, I'd like to talk about the character of Krampus and what exactly he is. So Krampus is this goat-like demon that is the evil version of Santa Claus, and in some versions he's actually Santa's evil twin brother. The basic idea is that Saint Nicholas gives and Krampus takes. He's mainly used in European countries as a way to basically tell naughty children, if you're bad, Krampus will stuff you in his sack and take you to hell, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, he's an evil Santa, which honestly makes for a good concept for a movie, hence Krampus. We follow this boy named Max, whose family is getting together for the Christmas holiday, but they're not really into the whole Christmas spirit like Max is, and after an altercation at dinner, he wishes his family would go away. And soon enough, he gets his wish, as Krampus and his minions come and take all of his family. The film basically follows the family as they try to survive all the stuff that Krampus throws at them. For a PG-13 horror film, this film's actually kind of scary at some parts. Some PG-13 horror films aren't that great, like, say, Five Nights at Freddy's. But this one actually does a pretty good job at being scary. This film also works as PG-13 because no one necessarily dies in this movie. They're all essentially being captured by Krampus and his minions. And if you don't believe me, watch Dead Meat's video on this movie, where he calls it the capture count. You'll see what I mean. And I'm not kidding. This movie scared me when it first came out. I was just absolutely terrified of the idea of Krampus coming to my house and then taking me to hell and all this. Like, I don't know why, but I was terrified of it. And having seen it over 10 years after it first came out, I really like this movie. This family that we follow is full of a bunch of weird characters. You got Max and his parents and his sister who are fine. The extended family are the weird ones with his two cousins who are dressed like boys, his uncle who's just this insane hunter and is honestly really funny, and Aunt Dorothy who's just, depending on who you are, you'll either think she's hilarious or you'll think she's awful, and I think she's kind of funny.
See you in hell! Twisted fairy tale horseshit!
And one of the most important members of the family is Max's grandma, who, as a little girl, witnessed Krampus take her entire family, and now believes that she is at fault for all the stuff that's happening to the family now. They're a good group of characters to follow, and they really do make the movie special. The whole feel of this movie definitely has this festive feel to it, but also just has this cold and dark and depressing feel in some scenes. And it honestly clashes really well with the festive themes, and it gives the film a look that I really like. One of the best scenes in this movie is when Max's grandmother tells her story about how Krampus took her entire family. It's told through this animation style that I really like, and genuinely makes the scene feel kinda creepy. The best parts of this movie, though, are anything to do with Krampus and his minions. They are incredibly well designed. There's so many things to love about them. I even love the fact that they're all practical effects as well. Aside from the gingerbread man, of course, which are really funny. That scene where they're going up against Uncle Howard is mainly played for comedic purposes, and it's very entertaining. The Jack-in-the-Box eating one of the kids is honestly really creepy. The angel-looking thing is neat, the robot's cool. The costume design on the elves are neat, and his reindeer are also really cool, how they basically look like rams straight from hell. And when it comes to the main man himself, he too looks cool and is honestly creepy looking. But the one thing that I gotta say is, for a movie that's called Krampus, he's not really in it that much. He first appears in the half-hour mark when he chases Beth through the streets. He's obviously seen in silhouette form through the flashback. And finally, in the last 15 to 20 minutes, he makes a full-blown appearance. And throughout that, he is very well present. But, I don't know, I feel like he should have been in it more. And one thing that I do have to say about this film that I'm not the biggest fan of is that the pacing just felt kind of slow to me. It just seems like so much happens in the last half hour of this movie, and so little happens in the first portion of the movie. This movie really takes its time with the build-up, which can definitely be a good thing, but of course, you don't want to take it too slow, or, you'll get your audience bored. But I was never bored in it. It definitely has a few scenes sprinkled throughout it until Krampus's final appearance. So I can definitely say that I was entertained throughout it. Now, Krampus is directed by Michael Dougherty, who is a writer mainly, and has only directed 2 other films. But funny enough, one of the other films that he directed is also a holiday horror movie, with that being Trick or Treat from 2007. So it's pretty fitting that they got the guy who directed Trick or Treat to also direct this film as well. So my final thoughts on 2015's Krampus is very positive. This is the last horror movie that we're looking at through this series, and I specifically wanted to save this one for last because I knew that this one would have the most impact on me over Black Christmas and Santa's Sleigh. There are so many things that I genuinely liked about this film, and the stuff that used to scare me now entertains me. If you want to watch a really good Christmas horror film, watch Krampus. And yeah, that was episode 20 of Blue Blade's Christmas Cinema. Hope you enjoyed it. We only got 5 more left, so just wait till they keep on coming. Until then, this is Blue Blade Studios, signing off. Oh, damn.